Okay, dear students, this is the continuation of the previous lecture, and here it is that we was discussing about the SI units of pressure. So SI means standard international units. Force unit is Newton, which is denoted as N. Area is denoted as meter square, and while putting all these units in the above formula, you can say the final form that comes is Newton per meter square, and 1 Newton per meter square is equal to 1 Pascal, and 1 Pascal is denoted as capital P A and small a. It is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. As we measure temperature with thermometer, so barometer is the instrument that is used to measure atmospheric pressure, and in laboratories we used manometer to measure the pressure. So this was all about the pressure, and there is another terminology now we are going to discuss is that about standard atmospheric pressure. Standard atmospheric pressure, and it is also written as STP, SAP, atmospheric pressure. This is really very important term that we use in this, and it is the 2019 year when it comes in the exams recently. So what is standard atmospheric pressure? Now here is the definition in your book, and according to your book it is defined as the pressure exerted by a mercury column. Mercury column, as in thermometer we have mercury, the silver one material, Hg is the symbol. Mercury column of 760 millimeter mercury or millimeter height at sea level. What is standard atmospheric pressure? Whenever we are going to do a calculation, let's say if we want to determine the weight of something, we have determined some standards of that there is a standard unit of measuring weight is kilogram. Okay, similarly we have to standardize it, that we have to measure the standard atmospheric pressure, the pressure which is exerted in the atmosphere, which all the meteorologists use. Meteorologist means who measures about the weather. They use this terminology, that standard atmospheric pressure. What is the atmospheric pressure in the air nowadays? So it is defined as we have make mercury as a standard, and we use mercury column as a standard of 760, at which height millimeter height is known as standard atmospheric pressure, and we have done this calculation at sea level. Okay, it is basically the pressure exerted by the atmosphere at the sea level. So we have determined it at the which height, at 760 millimeter height, and it is sufficient pressure to support a column of mercury which has this much amount of height over here. Now there is a very little calculation regarding this, is that we have, can say that 1 ATM. ATM means atmospheric. 1 atmospheric is ATM is equal to 760 millimeter of mercury, and we can also say that 760, this millimeter of mercury is also known as torr. It is a symbol TOLL, torr, and you can say that 1 millimeter of mercury is equal to 1 torr. So it is very easy to calculate, and the value comes 101325 Newton per meter square, or we can replace this Newton per meter square with Pascal as well, 1013 PA. Both units are correct. So this was a small derivation regarding standard atmospheric pressure, that 1 atmospheric pressure ATM is equal to how much? It is the standard amount on which we are going to measure this, 760 millimeter of mercury, and we can change it as with torr. So why? Because 1 millimeter of mercury is equal to 1 torr, so obviously 760 is equal to 760, and if we put the values, and we can also determine that this is the amount that comes in term of pressure. Okay, Newton per meter square or Pascal. Now there is another property of all the gases, which is compressibility. Name is indicated that how much is the tendency to compress. Tendency to compress gases means if we are exerting pressure, that then how much is the tendency of a particular gas that it is going to be compressed itself. Okay, let me give you example like this, that if it is a container and here it is the gas molecules like this, and we are just pressing it with the help of piston, compressing it. So different gases will react differently, that how much is the tendency capacity to compress it. But this is a general property that all the gases are highly compressible. They have quite enough spaces in between them, so that's why they are having, due to empty spaces between their molecules, this is a very good property, and they have more tendency to be compressed. The molecules, what happens when compressed, the molecules will come closer to each other. Definitely, if there is a bench and I say to the students that this has the capacity to sit for sitting purpose of 4 students, but there are sitting only 2 students, I will say compress yourself, compress yourself. We will making space for the others. So same case will be happening over there, and what happens finally, they will occupy less volume as compared to uncompressed state. They will definitely having less volume. So this is a property of gases, that they have the tendency to compress themselves for making more volume. Another is mobility. Mobility is movement, motion, that how much one can move. So gases molecules are always in state of continuous motion. This is a very prime important property of all the gases, and the gases can move from one place to another place because they possess very high kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is denoted as K dot E, kinetic energy. They move from empty spaces to the available spaces. Means they can easily move from empty spaces to the available spaces very freely, and this mobility or random motion result in mixing up of gas molecules. What happens? The mixing up of gas molecules. Why? As I have told you in diffusion, that to form homogeneous mixture. Okay, so mobility is really important property of gases. Another property is density of gases. It is very important. Density of gases. How the density of gases is important. Coming towards the density point of view, that gases have low density as compared to the other physical states, that is liquid and gases. What is the reason behind that? The reason is that the gases have very light weight and light masses, and they have the capacity to occupy more volume. That's why they have low density. Okay, now there is a unit in which gas density is measured, that is grams per decimeter cube. This is the SI unit for measuring density of gases, whereas liquid and solids are measured in gram per cubic centimeter. This one was for gases, and the remaining is for liquids and solids. Gram per decimeter cube and gram per centimeter cube. Now the density of gases increases by cooling. As we are going to cool the gases, definitely it will making less spaces. If I am going to freeze the nitrogen gas, and before freezing it was like this. If and what happens in freezing, it will coming like this, and hence what happened, less space will be occupied and their volume is going to be decreased. That's why we can say that they has low density. For example, we can say that at normal pressure, the pressure where we have kept the gas, the density of oxygen gas is equal to 1.4 grams per decimeter cube, but when we freezes it, it is going to be 1.5 grams per decimeter cube. Okay, when we freeze it at 0 degree centigrade, and it is at, you can say it is if 20 degree centigrade, there is a remarkable difference that it is 1.4 and it is 1.5 when we are going to compress it, and this is the difference in, it is more clear like this. This is the difference in the density of gases. The thing to remember over here is that the gases unit is, density unit is gram per decimeter cube, and for liquid and solid is, it is gram per centimeter cube. So this was about all the physical properties and some typical properties of gaseous states of gases, and we have done with it, and it is very important, and you have to first learn about diffusion, effusion, pressure and standard atmospheric pressure. So here is a homework for all of you, and if you have any questions, any queries regarding your lecture, you can WhatsApp me, and I will definitely let you the answers. The page number 76 and 77, you have to do it. You have to write in your register the typical properties of gaseous state. You have to attempt it as a long question, and in respect of short question as well. You have to write about diffusion, then pressure, standard atmospheric pressure, compressibility, mobility and density. All the things which I have told you, you have to mention it, and you have to do it on your register. So this was the homework you have to do. After that, doing all this, preparing all this, there is a box which is test yourself 5.1. you have to do it, in which the first question is that why the rate of diffusion of gases is rapid than that of liquids. You have to tell in the form, in this diffusion I have told you, and over here as well. Okay, that why the diffusion of gases is more rapid than the liquids, because of their molecular weight. Why are the gases compressible? In compressibility you have studied why are the gases compressible. Number 3, what do you mean by Pascal? How many pascals are equal to 1 atm? You have to tell that Pascal is the unit of pressure, and this is the derivation. You have to tell that in 1 atm 101325 pascals are present. This is a numeric value calculated by the scientist, and we have to learn it just like this. Okay, this is important question. Why the density of a gas increases on cooling? Right, before finishing this chapter, I have told lecture, I have told you that why the density of gases increases when they are going to be compressed, they are going to be cooled. The reason is they are producing more spaces, that's why their density is going to be increases. Why is the density of gas measured in gram per decimeter cube while that of a liquid in gram per centimeter cube? In this density of gases, I have told you that why is it so. You have to write it down. Now you have to convert the following. This is some little bit tricky, that's 70 centimeter mercury to atm. This is all. You will just simply put the values and you can easily find out that 70 centimeter mercury to atm, this is given. 1 millimeter of mercury is equal to 1 torr, and this is 1 atmosphere is equal to this 1 pascal, and the remaining calculation is like that. In the next lecture, inshallah, I will tell you about this, convert the following. Till then you have to complete this homework, and I will check you as the school will open. I hope you all understand about the lecture. Till then, stay safe and Allah Hafiz.